Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video I will look at a CSS animation library which can attach animations to your DOM elements inside browser. So this is actually a third-party library which is called as Animate.css. So it basically supports any kind of animation that you can think of while you animate your DOM elements. It can be either forms, it can be paragraph, it can be images, it can be anything that you think of while you actually develop web applications. So this is actually the official website of Animate CSS. So if you just type here animate.css, just write this on Google, the very first website which comes, it's a cross-browser library which, which supports built-in CSS animations. And this is a bouncy animation, this is flush, pulse, rubber band. So you can actually see all these animations by visiting the website. In this tutorial I will show you how to integrate Animate CSS in a very basic HTML document. To get started, while you are building your application, you can actually integrate these nice little animations to your DOM elements to he- to make your application little bit dynamic and professional. So it can come from either direction, left, right, top, center, it, and you can see that. So rotation, zoom in, every animation is supported, built in. So this will actually save a lot of time. You don't need to write your CSS from scratch. You can use this library for animations like this. So now to get started, just make this index.html file, and I will simply make a simple document right here and just type here animate.css simple example. And here we need to include the CDN for animate CSS. So all the source code which is used in this video is given in the description of this video. You can check the source code. So we have simply included the CDN link for the CSS file of animate main.css. So this actually stores the base styles which will be used in this animation. So once you include this, now you can actually write your basic application, whatever is your application. First of all, I will just give it a container class right here, and then we will have some headings. So I will show you both the ways. Animate.css have pre-built classes that you can use for attaching animations to your DOM elements, or you can also attach them dynamically using JavaScript as well. So I will show you both the methods. Which one you prefer, you can choose here. So now we have the first heading here. Let me say welcome to animate.css example. So we have this simple heading. If I just open this heading, open this application in the browser, so it actually looks something like this. No animation is there. So now we need to simply attach a simple class to it, to this element. So this class is called as animate underscore animated, animate underscore fade in. I is capital. So if you now see, if you refresh it, I think it is double. So underscore is double, not a single, double. Now if you see, if you refresh here, now you will see it will slightly fade in. You will see that. Now it is not appearing, it is fading in. So you can see. So this is actually a animation that we have attached. So what I will do, we will make everything in the center position. I will simply attach some basic styles in the body. We will simply change the font family to be Arial sans serif, and margin I will give it to 20 pixel, text align, which is center. So now if you'll appear in the center position, you will see it will fade in. So this is actually the first animation it supports, fade in. And this is actually the syntax here, animate underscore underscore animated, and then we attach our different classes which it supports, animate underscore underscore fade in. This is a fade in animation. Then we simply write a simple paragraph. Let's suppose I give it an animation which is animate underscore underscore animated, and this time I need to animate the fade in. Once again I will use the same animation, fade in, but in this case I will have a slight delay of 1 second. So now to have this delay, we will simply say animate underscore underscore delay. This is actually the delay class, and then we provide dash 1 second. 1 second, that's all. You can see the classes are also very simple. So this simply means that it will have a delay of 1 second when appearing. So we'll simply have this paragraph. You can simply say this paragraph fades in with a delay of 1 second. So now if you refresh, what you will see, it will have a 1 second delay, and then it will appear. With this, you can set this for any DOM element. Let's suppose if you have a profile picture that you want to load this after 1 second, 2 second, it can even have a delay of 2 seconds. You can set any value. Let me set 5 second. So what will happen, it will actually have a delay of 5 seconds, then it will appear on the browser. Now it appears after 5 seconds. So you can have delay according to your choices. So in this way, we are attaching it directly using the built-in classes which are there. This is the first way. But now, in some situations, you need to attach it dynamically using JavaScript. So one such situation will be, let's suppose if you have a form element. So after this paragraph, let's suppose I have to attach this animation to a form which will not appear in the application once we load the page. The form will not be appearing. It will be appearing dynamically once we click a certain kind of button. So in those situations, when your DOM elements are not visible on the page, then you can attach them dynamically using JavaScript. So let's suppose if you have a div element, let me give it a form container class, and by default it will be hidden. It will not be shown once we load the page. We're giving an ID to it of form. Inside this we will have a simple form, user form. Simple form. So I'm just using basic HTML. We are not using any Tailwind CSS or Bootstrap. I just want to make it very simple to understand. So we have the label of name, and then the input field will be input type text and giving an ID here, name. So this will be required, and next one, after two break tags, we will have another label, this time for the email address. So here the user will enter the input type email. It will also be required. So you can see if you refresh the page, the form will be shown to us because we haven't written we have attached the hidden class, but we haven't written the custom CSS. So what I will do, we'll attach dot hidden class and change this opacity to 0. This means that the form will not be shown. If I refresh now you see the form is not showing. The paragraph and the heading is only showing. And also we need to make sure the form container has a margin top. So it should have some spacing, margin top to 20 pixels. So now what I need to do, there will be a simple button, so which will actually trigger once we hit that button. We need to show the form. So you will say the label of the button will be simply show form with animation. So we will need to bind a on-click listener to this button. So when we click this button, we will actually execute a function which will be show form. Now we need to actually define this function in the custom JavaScript. We'll simply say function show form. So inside this function, we will be attaching the animation as well and then showing the form. So first of all, we need to get the reference of the form. We have given the ID here. If you see in the HTML, ID of form, we are targeting this div. And now to show this, we first of all need to add that class list dot add. So this, the same class we will add it of animate CSS, animate underscore underscore animated. And then the second parameter is actually the animation that you want to perform. So I will be performing a bouncing animation. So animate underscore underscore, this time bouncing animation. So again, form dot class list dot remove. We need to remove that hidden class. So in this way, you can dynamically add classes, remove classes, anything. You can do this using JavaScript. So we are not using jQuery, it is all vanilla JavaScript. So now if you refresh the browser, what will happen? By default, the heading and the paragraph will show, and now we have this button. So once we click this button, now the form will show with the bouncing animation. You can see that it is appearing right in the center position. So you can see how the form is bouncing. So you can actually see all these classes. If you want the rotation animation as well, you can check out the documentation. It is very good documentation, and whichever animation that you want, all the classes are present for each kind of animation. So you can actually get this code. The link is given in the description. You can modify this code accordingly, whichever animation that you want to do. The syntax will remain the same. So this was a tutorial, guys, on how to use Animate CSS in your HTML document to actually animate DOM elements. If you are building any sort of application, animations are really important, and this library will save you a lot of time in actually animating your things. And thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.